Yo, what is going on, guys? It's Biscuits here, and in today's video, I'm going to give you guys a tour of my personal car collection in my CEO office garage. The CEO office garage can hold up to 60 personal vehicles, and in my opinion, this garage is hands down the best garage in the entire game. The CEO office garage does offer 3 different levels. Each level can hold 20 personal vehicles. So let's start off with Office Garage 1. Right quick before we get started, this is not a flex video. I just want to show you guys my personal car collection that I have worked so very hard on from grinding and GTA Online over the years. So with that out of the way, let's get started with my office garage level 1. So here we have my classic car garage. Here we have the Grotti Turismo Classic, a Ferrari based vehicle modeled after the iconic Ferrari F40. Next up over here we have the Bugatti Infernus Classic. This vehicle is based on a Lamborghini Diablo. Absolutely love the Diablo. Next up we have the Pagani Torero. Vehicle is based off a Lamborghini Countach, and I have purposely done it up in white to reference the Wolf of Wall Street. Over here is the Grotti Cheetah Classic. This vehicle is based on a Ferrari Testarossa, and I actually first fell in love with this vehicle when I played Grand Theft Auto Vice City. Next over here is the ProGen GP1. Vehicle is based on a McLaren F1 GTR, and the GP1 actually has some pretty unique looking seats. And over here we have the Ocelot Ardent. This is actually a weaponized vehicle. It has front mounted machine guns, and you have to purchase this car from Warstock. This vehicle is based on a Lotus Esprit. Let's go ahead and make our way up to the next floor. And over here we have the Ubermacht Centennial Classic. This vehicle is based on a BMW E30. And there actually is a wide body you can add on to this car if you bring it into Benny's. Next we have the Ubermacht Zion Classic. This vehicle is based on an old school BMW. And then over here is the Karen 190Z. This vehicle is based on an old school Nissan, or technically, back when this car was being produced, it was considered a Datsun. Next up we have the Lampadati Pagani. This is a highly underrated sports classic vehicle, and this vehicle is considered a sleeper. It has a pretty good top speed. Next over here we have the Pfister Comet Safari, a very capable off-road vehicle. This is actually one of my go-to vehicles for whenever it snows in GTA Online. Excellent grip and traction. Then over here we have the Dubachi JB700W. So this is the weaponized variant. This vehicle is only purchasable on Warstock Cash and Carry. It does have machine guns and a slick mine dropper, and is very obviously modeled after an old school Aston Martin from the James Bond series. Next up over here is the Lampadati Viserys. This is a very badass old school muscle car. It sounds amazing. It has crazy wide rear tires, so it looks super aggressive from the back. And this vehicle is modeled after a Pantera de Tomaso. And making our way up to the 3rd floor of the first level, over here we have the Lampadati Casco, an absolutely gorgeous old school sports classic vehicle. Next we have the Lampadati Tropos Rally. This vehicle actually recently got an update and they added some more livery options to it. This is another excellent off-road vehicle. It is surprisingly rear-wheel drive, but it can handle its own off-road because of the amazing grip. Over here we have the Annis Silvestra. This vehicle is based on an old school Nissan. Next we have the BF Club. This is another highly underrated vehicle. One of the fastest non-HSW vehicles for the compacts class as far as circuit racing goes. And as you can see, one of the modifications you can make is putting these speakers on the roof. And what that actually does is if you leave your car running with the radio on, you can hear whatever radio station your vehicle is playing from the outside of the car. Next over here is the Grotti GT 500. This is based on an old school Ferrari. And next over here we have the Lampadati Michelli GT. And lastly, for level 1, we have the Vapid GB200. This vehicle is based on a Ford rally vehicle from the 80s. I believe it was the Escort, but don't quote me on that. All right, so you've seen my classic car garage. Let's go ahead and move on to level 2. All right, here we are on level 2. This is my HSW garage. At one point, I was able to fit every single HSW vehicle inside this garage, but now there are more than 15 HSW vehicles in the game. As of recently, Rockstar has introduced several more HSW vehicles, so now I do have them split up into 2 garages, so this is just part of my HSW collection, but regardless, let's go ahead and get started. First up is the Bravado Banshee GTS. This is the fastest land vehicle top speed-wise in the entire game, with the HSW upgrade, of course. The Banshee GTS is based on a Dodge Viper ACR. And then coming over here is the Overflood Entity MT. This vehicle is based on a Koenigsegg Jesko, arguably one of the best looking supercars in the entire game. And next we have the Grotti Stinger TT. This vehicle is based on the Ferrari Roma. This is an extremely fast sports car that also offers Imani Tech armor, as well as slick mines. Next over here is the Declasse Vigero ZX. This car is based on a Chevrolet Camaro ZL1. I love how aggressive this car looks. And then over here we have the Bravado Buffalo EVX. This vehicle is based on a Dodge Charger EV. So this is an electric vehicle, and it is somehow still in the muscle car class, even though it is electric. It offers Imani Tech, armor plating, all that good stuff. And over here we have the Ubermacht Niobe. This vehicle is based off the BMW i8, and this is a very competitive sports car for racing. All-wheel drive, great handling. Coming up here to the second floor of my HSW garage, we have the Benefactor Sterling GT. This car is based on an old school Mercedes-Benz, I believe the SL500, and this car has a great exhaust note. Love the sound of this vehicle. Next we have the Panat La Carouse. This is an EV all-electric vehicle. It is all-wheel drive and it has amazing grip and handling. This is arguably one of the best handling vehicles in the entire game. And over here we have the Coil Cyclone 2, another EV all-electric vehicle. And the Cyclone 2 has absolutely insane acceleration. Next we have the Annis Euros X32. This vehicle is based on a Nissan 300ZX. And I absolutely love this car. The Euros X32 is in the Coupes class and is actually a top performer for the Coupes class. And next we have the Declasse Tampa GT. This is a newer HSW vehicle that they just recently added. This vehicle is based off a Plymouth Belvedere. And this vehicle is actually the new fastest car in the muscle car class for top speed. Next up is the Maibatsu Monstrosity. This vehicle is based on a Mitsubishi Pajero Evolution. The Monstrosity is in the off-road class, and it is one of the fastest off-road vehicles in the game. And over here is the Pfister Astron Custom. This vehicle is based on a Porsche Macan, and I absolutely love the Astron Custom. Hands down, the best looking vehicle in the SUV class, in my opinion. And coming up here to the third floor of level 2, we have another Grotti Turismo Classic. Now this one is HSW upgraded. Next we have the Principe Devist 8. This is a controversial looking supercar. However, it is in the supercar class. It is very fast and has pretty good handling, and actually it's like super long. Next over here is the Impante Arbiter GT. This vehicle is based on a 1970 Pontiac GTO. I absolutely love the way this car looks, but I hate the way it drives. This car is fast in a straight line, but as soon as you get going above 100 miles per hour, it will literally start turning on its own. It becomes nearly impossible to drive. I actually made a top 5 HSW vehicles you should not buy video, and this was the #1 car I told you not to buy, and I actually got a lot of negative backlash. And it was actually pretty comical. All the Arbiter GT fanboys were dropping comments on the video, calling me a clown, etc., because they just think this vehicle is so awesome. And it is, until you drive it. Next is the Ubermacht Sentinel XS. The Sentinel XS is an OG vehicle, and surprisingly, Rockstar gave it an HSW upgrade. It is in the Coupes class, and as you can see, I purposely have styled this vehicle with a livery that pays homage to the Need for Speed Most Wanted. Next over here is the Shih Tzu Hakachu Drag. This is the only motorcycle with an HSW upgrade in the entire game. This is the fastest land vehicle for circuit racing. Every week when Rockstar does a new update, I actually complete the HSW time trial with this bike, and I beat it with ease, and it's an easy $250,000 in my account. Next up is the Vapid Firebolt ASP. This truck is modeled after a late 2000s Ford Lightning. As you can see, I have purposely styled my Firebolt that references the Ford Lightning from the original Fast and Furious movie. And over here is the Pegassi Weaponized Ignis. The Weaponized Ignis is based off a Lamborghini, and this vehicle is very expensive, $4.5 million. You have to buy it from Warstock, then an additional $500,000 for the HSW upgrade. It is in the Supercars class. It does have this mounted mini machine gun on the top. It is kind of difficult to control though, so not the best weaponized vehicle, but extremely fast. Alright, so that is it for my HSW garage. Let's move on to level 3. And here we are on level 3. This is going to be my supercar garage. So starting off with the Grotti Visione. This vehicle is based on a Ferrari. Next up over here is the Grotti Furia. This is another Ferrari-based vehicle. Check out those exhaust tips right there, like right behind the motor. Very, very cool. Not a whole lot in the way of customization for the Furia, unfortunately. Next up is the Obey 10F wide body. This vehicle is based on a Audi R8 with a wide body kit, the Liberty Walk. So technically this is a sports car, but I do have a few sports cars in my supercar garage here that I feel are worth it and probably should just be in the supercar class. The 10F wide body is a Benny's vehicle. So you need to purchase the 10F first and then bring it into Benny's so you can do the wide body kit installation. Over here we have the Pegassi Torero. This vehicle is based on a modern Lamborghini Countach, so the new one that they recently released. I absolutely love the Torero XO. I actually own 2 of these. Coming over here is the Grotti Itali RSX. So this is another sports car. However, it should probably just be in the supercar class because it has supercar top speed. The Itali RSX is based off a Ferrari SF90. Unfortunately, the Itali RSX does not have the best handling, but it makes up for that with its top speed. Then over here we have the Benefactor LM87. This vehicle only seats 1 player, the driver. It is in the supercar class, and this vehicle has insane grip and downforce. Moving on up to floor 2, we have the Progen T20. This vehicle is modeled after the McLaren P1, and the T20 actually has an active spoiler and an air brake, so it's really cool. The spoiler wing will like flip forward when you hit the brakes. Over here is the Benefactor Krieger. This This vehicle is all-wheel drive and one of the best supercars to use for racing for non-HSW. Over here is the ProGen Italy GTB Custom. This is a Benny's vehicle, and let's just say this vehicle looks a lot better than it performs. I absolutely love the styling of this car. Next up over here is the Pegassi Tempesta. This car is based on a Lamborghini Huracan, and this is another highly underrated vehicle. The Tempesta is an excellent value for the performance. Over here is the Pegassi Ignis. So this is the non-weaponized. As you can see, there is no minigun on the roof. This is a Lamborghini-based vehicle. Over here is the Vapid FMJ. The Vapid FMJ is based off a second generation Ford GT. Rockstar didn't do the best job styling this car. It kind of resembles a Ford GT, but then it kind of doesn't. And over here is the legendary Grotti Italy GTO. If you're a car guy in this game, you already know this car and you already have this car because it is one of the best sports cars for racing. So this is another sports car, but I have purposely put it with my supercar garage because it has supercar handling. And coming up here to the third and final floor, starting off with the ProGen Emirates. This is a McLaren-based vehicle. It is rear-wheel drive, but one of the best vehicles to use for racing in the supercar class if you know how to drive, and as long as HSW is turned off. Over here is the Annis S80RR. This is a single-seater race car. This car has great downforce and grip. Next over here is the Pegassi Osiris. The Pegassi Osiris is an underrated vehicle in my opinion. Then over here is the Benefactor BR8. This is an open wheel car. This is the only open wheel car I own. There are only 4 different options for open wheel vehicles, and you really only need to own one unless you're like a huge open wheel car guy. Very fast, it has a speed boost, but it's kind of a pain in the ass to drive through traffic. If you hit one car, the entire front lip will just fall off. Next up over here is the Dubachi Wagner. This vehicle is based off an Aston Martin, and this is another excellent value supercar with very good performance for the price. Coming over here is the Ocelot XA21. This is a Jaguar-based vehicle. This vehicle has an active spoiler and also has a unique exhaust note. I love the way this car sounds. And last but not least is the Grotti Turismo R. Rockstar recently added in quite a bit of modifications for this vehicle, and I always love to see that when Rockstar adds more modification and options to customize your vehicle. Alright guys, so there you have it, my CEO office garage tour. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, smash the like button. Consider subscribing to the channel if you are new here. Thank you guys for watching. Please stay safe, and I will catch you all in the next video. Peace out.